Okay, so I'm here to start off my video shooting week with anime hate. We will get into hype stuff in a minute, but TommyNFG just dropped another vid. I enjoyed the last video that I did from this creator. This guy was actually pretty hilarious. So I'm here to support it. The biggest meat riding fan bases. We used to have wars about anime, right? That has not stopped. The new generation will come at your neck in an instant. And remember, I was at the start, bro.
Do not cite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
I was Sword Art Online was hype generation. That shit dropped. It was a new idea. It had never been done before. Now there are millions of them, and y'all are not nice about it. So let's get into it, man. I can't wait. I already know, like, probably My Hero is going to be on this listing. My Hero fans will never stop telling me how good the show is, okay? It doesn't matter what my opinion is. And whatever one is about the ones with the firefighters that I haven't seen yet, but I've shot several vids about. Let's get into it, man.
Fandoms are notorious for having the biggest army of defenders behind them at all times. And it only makes sense. As they say, if you love something, you're gonna fight for it. But the words criticism and fandoms go together like alcohol and driving. It's fun to do from time to time, but you can't do it all the time. The biggest
people do that. Do not. I know for a fact some of y'all just get behind the wheel. Stop that shit.
Meat riding / glazing fandoms. And let's start it off simple with Apple. Ever since Apple's inception of the iPhone, I swear have not stopped deriding Apple to this day. Like, the fact that there are legit people who buy the new iPhone every year is top tier consumerism.
Well, you don't understand, Tommy. With the 15 Pro Max, I can officially use Wi-Fi 6E and Thread.
What the f even is Wi-Fi 6E? Your work can't be so strenuous on your phone that you would ever need that.
Bro, fuck that. We can stream now from our phones. We use that Wi-Fi, dog.
Different every year, ever since like 2020. I feel like if you still have the iPhone 12, which came out in 2020, you're good for another 4 years. As a matter of fact, if Apple didn't slow down every iPhone by about 10 decades when a new one comes out, I feel like I could still be chilling with an iPhone 8 Plus right now. Apple can just keep yanking from the iPhone and D-Riders will still buy the new one. First they took the headphone jack, then they took the charging cable that came with the iPhone, and it's funny how they really monopolized both of these. Like, now you need to get a dongle for headphones, and the cheapest official iPhone charger cable is $19, and this is $19 for a 1.5 foot cable, by the way. But I officially had to draw the line when the
Apple Vision Pro came out.
It's one thing dropping a band on an iPhone, 2 bands on a MacBook, but if you're out here spending $3,500 before taxes on the Vision Pro, you need a financial advisor immediately. This is straight up somebody's mortgage payment, maybe even 2 rent payments depending on where you live. Sure, it looks cool and the display is heavenly, but even walking around with it, I don't know, it just seems so dystopian. If you walk down the wrong alley, you're a free bag, and I don't even blame the thugs that are gonna rob you. But the main thing I'm confused on why—
They don't have to be thugs, those are upstanding individuals. Because that's free work.
You would get this is that you can't even game on it. You can use Apple Arcade games, but you can't actually play Steam VR games. Compared to something like the Meta Quest 3 that came out and is 6x less of the price, and you can actually see with it just like the Vision Pro and play games on it, I think I know which choice I'm going with. The one that won't bankrupt me.
Are y'all on that VR stuff heavy? Because I got a friend that I know right now that is constantly telling me, like, bro, you got to get it. You can walk to your whole house and play the games. Like, they are dead set on telling me, like, that shit is the shit.
Apple fanboys got me defending this lizard creature out of all things. I swear I'm not paid off. I don't know if that makes me look more innocent or more guilty. The next people we—
Bro, for last thing, wrapping up the iPhone, because you know I got an iPhone, okay? I got an iPhone. My wife's got an Android. Apple sales are down. This is a new— having an Apple was like convenient, you know? All my stuff has been on Apple forever, so I just stay with it. I don't have to redo no security shit because it's on the Apple. I don't have to try to transition to Android, right? But like, y'all have been hating on Apple so much, sales are down. Legitimately down. And then they lost that case, right? With Epic Games. Apple actually lost the case against Epic Games. Epic Games sued because Apple takes, like, I don't know, hella money from the, I think it's like 25, 35% on the App Store when you make in-app purchases. It goes to Apple. They charge you the service fee, right? So They lost that monopoly charge. And then Epic Games, or the European Union sued. And let me get this straight. Yeah, the EU then sued and said they have to allow for you to buy stuff on other websites. You don't have to do it through the app store, so you can avoid the charge if you want to. The company can avoid the charge. And then Apple is now banning people's accounts. I think Epic Games is now banned from the Apple Store. So we're on the way down, just in case you're wondering. It's not going good.
I swear I'm not paid off. I don't know if that makes me look more and more Kanye gets canceled. What we got is Kanye deriders. It seems like the more and more Kanye gets canceled, the more deeper his meat riders grip onto it. Even coming from a super ultra mega gripped Kanye derider like me, I could look at something he says and be like, wait, that was a little wild at the least, right? But nah, the top glazers I've seen won't even admit something like that.
No,
like at the very least, we can all agree certain things he said on a certain day on liking a certain person is wrong, right? And Kanye deriders will swear to you that every product at Yeezy is absolute peak, buying every type of shoe, garment, and shoe pod thing. Honestly, I bought these and I'm not sure if they're gonna ship. Please don't scam me my glorious kid. But some things like the Yeezy foam runners, it might just be me, but I simply find them appalling. Sure, they're comfy for home and all, but why do I see people legit putting on fits with them? You could plop on the Nerf football logo and I think it's one of them. Me personally, I'm a stick with my Crocs. At least the holes look presentable to me. Then we got the Yeezy 450 Clouds.
The Clouds.
Who was buying these Venom symbiote ass shoes and matching it with a fit? You wear these while you're sleeping and the sole is gonna come alive at night and overtake your body. The alternative name people have come up for the shoe online is the Dumpling, and honestly, the resemblance is kind of uncanny. And Kanye fans will stay pressing people for not having him in their top 3s or top 5s. Like, if my friend doesn't have him in their top 3 or top 5, I'm not about to go and give him a thesis statement on how Kanye's the most influential rapper of all time and not have.
Bro, that's from Tekken 8. Bro, Jen got his ass whooped, dog, for so long. His dad was fucking him up.
Not having him in top 3 is a sin to all of rap. The effort I see from some of these fans, man, y'all would be amazing writers in Hollywood. And let's go right across the bridge to the next category, the Swifties. Before we go through with this, however, I have a statement prepared for such occasions. Dear Swifties, in no way would I ever disrespect Queen Taylor and her queen status as #1. I've been an avid Taylor Swift supporter ever since my mother birthed me from her womb. It's not that I found Taylor Swift.
From the start.
Taylor Swift found me. The amount of turmoil and things she's... Okay, are they gone? Safety is the #1 priority for me and my family, okay? We're not risking anything over here. The Swifties
Bro, really nuts, though.
Right now could make their own nation and have a thriving government. Their army would beat the likes of the USA, China, Russia, Japan, India, any nation.
Dude, they are certified cyber warfare aficionados. We had a Swiftie in the community for a while. We had a perceived slight against Taylor Swift, and I got DMs about it. I don't know what you was talking about or referring to the Taylor Swift Beyonce beef, etc., etc. Now, they didn't come for me, because I didn't come straight for Taylor, but just know they're watching you. You might not be scared, you might not be worried, but they're looking.
I feel like out of all deriding fan bases, the Swifties are king right now and it's not even close. Like, I could insult Kanye, for example, and sure, some Kanye deriders will be in my comments. But I'll sweat to the bullets known if I post a tweet hating on Taylor Swift, my full name and address is getting leaked to the public. They're gonna find my parents' occupation and get them fired. They'll somehow find my cousins in Ethiopia's address and dox them. I don't know how they do it, man. They work faster than the FBI. And even looking at something like the Taylor Swift Eras movie, I don't think people realize how insane this is. I'm thinking to myself, this is an actual movie that she acted in and had a film crew on deck. Turns out that whole movie is a 3-hour recording of her concerts. And this made $261 million at the box office. Yeah. That's more than a lot of blockbuster movies nowadays. I don't know about y'all, but I am not paying for a movie ticket to watch a concert in a movie theater that already happened. Even if I couldn't make it to the concert in person, I'm just not doing it, man. I'd rather look at some recordings from somebody's phone on TikTok or YouTube or something. And with this
I would
NFL,
say that though, but like I went with my wife to watch that Beyonce movie. It was a lot of fun. It was a documentary and it was the concert like wrapped into one. It was fun. If you're a fan, I would say do it.
My question is, Swifties, is you're spending all this money on jerseys and merch and whatnot, but what are you about to do if Taylor Swift simply stops giving a about the NFL?
What are you talking about? They're gonna move on. They're not worried about that shit at all. They're not there for the sports. They there for the cute jerseys, the fun talksies, and then they're gonna move on Z's.
For a fact, 99.9% of them did not care about the NFL.
No, they still
Which
don't.
is indeed top tier D-riding. Someone making you pay attention to a whole sport you never even watched is at the maximum. And in the span of their 5-month relationship, yes, Taylor Swift and Travis.
Bro. Sports are very entertaining, bro. Any excuse to get into it, get you sucked in for a little bit. It's just, the whole thing. You get to check up on their life, watch all the drama unfold online. To be fair though, the funnest part was the allegations that whether or not they were dating. And then that picture went online about Taylor sitting on Kelsey's lap. That was the most fun that she was ever going to have with this. Them winning the Super Bowl was just like wrapping the story up. We can toss this shit out now.
You have only been officially dating for 5 months, by the way. I feel like we're in a genjutsu because this feels like it's been going on for 5 years. She, aka the Swifties, have managed to make the NFL $331 million. All for her showing up on the screen every 10 seconds to hit some emotes. Also, why does the demon come out of them when you insult her? Like, I've seen white girl BLM Emily who advocates for every cause and loves everyone, but let someone black hate on Taylor Swift, or the 1950s side comes out of them. They inherit their great-great-great-grandma's genes. They're gonna be slinging every type of slur at you like no tomorrow. I'm not saying this is the average Swiftie, but I've seen it a lot more than I should have. Next people we got is LeBron Glazers. Now, compared to everyone on this list, I feel like LeBron's is a little more tame. Because most of the time, it's just jokes and trolls and for giggles. But keywords.
Most of the time.
I think sprinkled in between the jokes is dead-ass dudes serious about what they say. Like, some of y'all want that meat straight down your throat. Why am I seeing videos of dudes on TikTok rubbing a lotion on LeBron posters?
Okay, all right, okay. I ain't know we was doing that. This is news to me. I didn't want this. I didn't want any part of this.
Than having gay sex. You might as well come out. And I've never even watched Cash Nasty, but all I know him is as the biggest LeBron D-rider in the entire world. This man has every one of his jerseys from every year. I'm pretty sure LeBron doesn't even have all the
leave him out of this.
And sleeping in a bed with LeBron as the blanket, yeah, you're just lost after this. But let's move on to the next person because I could never disrespect my glorious king too much. Next one we got is Elon Musk. Some of y'all might be confused and are wondering, Elon Musk has a fandom? Well, I'm here to tell you yes.
Yes. They do. Yes, he does. Yes, they exist. Before he took over Twitter, before he was really in the drama with Tesla, I was at a house party and this man was going so hard for Elon. Him and my wife was going back to back, bar for bar, on facts on both sides for no reason. And that's my boy. Like, that's my guy. I support him. And, contrary to popular belief, you can disagree with people and still be friends, right? He wasn't talking about some Elon should, enslave the world type shit. He was just talking about his contribution to society and whatnot. And I'm not even sure how I really feel about the dude. Him directly, he's got to be kind of weird. He's got entirely too much money. There's no way he relates to the common person's plight. You know what I'm saying? But they go hard, bro. They got the facts and figures in tow. And I'm like, I'd have to go read entirely too many articles to have this conversation with you. It's not worth the investment.
It's pretty sad. Not only is it sad that you're glazing someone till no ends meets, but you're glazing the richest person in the world. That has to add a little bit of sad brownie points, no? If you want to find them, it's pretty easy. Just go under any Elon tweet and you're bound to find some. Some of these people D-ride so hard, they call Twitter X just to appease him. Ain't no one other than an Elon meat rider actually calling it that. His fans believe in him.
I just called it X. I just called it that. But they're interchangeable now, bro. It's been long enough. You know what it was? They got me because the icon on my phone changed. The icon on my phone was still Twitter for months afterwards.
So much, they'll get scammed by some random crypto that's gonna advertise supposedly on him. And when it turns out that it's fake and they use the random Elon Musk voice AI for the advertisement, they around and find out their whole account gets sucked out its soul. Like, I hope these glazers know that Elon is not lending you a band. I think some of them expect in a time of turmoil of their life, Elon is gonna pay their bills off because they glazed him. And they always come up with an excuse when people bring up the billionaire thing. Well, You've got to understand, he's not like the others. He's one of the good ones. Nothing good ever comes out of he's one of the good ones. My white friend's racist grandma told me that the other day. I don't even care to hate on people for being billionaires like that. You made your money. What am I gonna do? Cry about it? I gotta make some money too. But we all know there's exactly zero ethical billionaires out there. And especially with Tesla, I wonder if these D-Riders even know how those batteries get made. That'll probably sheath off the godly image they have of him. And every time I go in a comment section of a clip of him explaining some basic science, I'll see people like, wow, he's such an anomaly to this world. What? How did he even think of that? Only Elon could. He could explain that 2 + 2 = 4 and his fans
I knew
would
that's what he was gonna come
I
back
mean, Elon
to.
is obviously a smart guy. You don't get to a $200 billion mark without knowing what you're doing. But I kid you not, every one of the clips I see of Elon explaining something, it's pure sucked to the max in the comments. And the last person we got is known by many names.
Okay.
Jordan Carter, Sir Cartier, gay bisexual twink vampire, Playboi Cardi. I don't know how Cardi does it to this day, but his relationship with his fans kind of reminds me of a toxic relationship where he's the one always doing the most trash things to his girl, but she keeps running back to him so he doesn't leave. I really be thinking, how much abuse can you Cardi stans take before it's enough?
More. And that's what they want. More abuse. That's what they want from this.
Grown with kids talking about, oh my god, man, his aura's gonna make me cream. Y'all Cardi D-Riders will take his whole style and make it your whole aesthetic on Instagram. I'm not talking about one post, I'm talking about ones that make their whole pages. Trying to act mysterious and opium and meanwhile, you just ringed up my Big Mac meal with Coke earlier.
He said mysterious and opium? Like opium as like a verb or an adjective? All right. I'm in it.
D-Riders also get into that satanic just because of Cardi. Why was one of my friends I grew up with in church for Bible study every week, rocking a hoodie with a pentagram trying to act opium? I know if I told his mom what activities he was up to, they strapped him to a table and started an exorcism. Only time I genuinely saw Cardi getting criticism for his fans was with the whole Aiden Ross situation. But after about 2 days, I think that was their limit, and now they're back to salivating for his music drops. And if Cardi wasn't Cardi, any other rapper would have been booed out by the masses from the industry. Cardi's the only rapper I know that can abuse his pregnant girlfriend, play the PlayStation while his son is being born, and still have glazers there ready to defend every reason on why he did it. In the actual footage where Cardi was getting arrested, there was a fan on standby already there ready to glaze. Be worried on if you're actually going to prison or not. How is this even possible? Cardi could go to a remote African village and someone would somehow find him and get ready to glaze. I think they're dead-ass NPCs spawned in the world just to do that specific action. I've never seen it so bad that they're selling things from his music video just to get a smidgen of his aura. They're selling the lollipop from his music video, the grass from his music video. How do you even prove these things? Do you taste it and go like, oh yeah, this is definitely my glorious Jordan Terrell Carter saliva glands. Last thing I have to say is, I don't care what any of his stans say, MJ did opium first.
Okay, listen, I did not know what I was in for. This was every fan base open for smoke, but it started out a good vibe. I hope you guys enjoyed the vid. I had a fun time watching it. I even learned a little. It's a little educational. I just assumed he did like anime vids because that's what the only ones that were suggested to me, but he does other commentary as well. I'll let you guys in the next one, dude. Y'all take it easy. Peace.